a good
Oh,
one.
no, look how nice it is.
So again, this is the Queen's chamber here,
Yeah.
and we have the shaft
Look, the
going
Grand
out of the
Gallery.
Queen's chamber.
Look that
Yeah,
you can see
the
everything
red
there.
signature here.
And also below there is something.
Here.
Yes.
Or here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So again, he's the expert in interpreting what the actual data is showing. And this is the model that they've created from this perspective.
Can I just say that the 3D model looks absolutely wild? Like it looks like an advanced contraption. It does not look like something that we would normally associate with being built.
But
You
now
know-
you are understanding.
So what they did here is they took the data and they measured all of the data
Yeah.
and they interpreted the specific measurements of the signatures that were received by the radar, and they incorporated the measurements and all of the unique features into a complete model that incorporates all of the new features. So we have the big void here. We have this chamber system and shaft system that goes around the King's chamber here. We have this shaft system below the Queen's chamber and a possible connection point, as Filippo mentioned, between the newly discovered feature on the northern face that connects into the Grand Gallery. So this is a complete reconstruction, including measurements that were taken from the raw data and put into the model.
Yes.
So now let's go to the new paper.
The new paper.
The new paper. We established a foundation of the first paper.
Yes.
And I think have done probably an overly in-depth analysis.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it's important that we have the discussion. So there's one main question I have about the new paper.
Yes.
At this point, everybody's already, I'm going to assume, everyone's already seen the raw data images. So this is the scanning of the Khafra pyramid, the central pyramid. And this is the data that they are showing of potential new structures located above the existing chambers inside of the central pyramid.
Yes.
And I'll show you a diagram here in a moment that compares the known chambers to what we have here. And this is their reconstruction of these vertical pillars. I know everybody's seen that at this point. So let's get to the proof of concepts that were presented during the Malta conference. So these were scans of modern structures that are intended as proof of concept that this technology can read the microvibration surface signatures of internal structures.
In terms of signal processing, information you penetrate.
So my main question, so here we have the Carlin Tunnel, and this is the scan.
The scan, look.
Okay, so Filippo, can you explain? So the qualitative image here, same thing with the Gran Sasso. This is the processed data showing the tunnel here.
These are all the scanning.
And this is the Gran Sasso, the physics laboratory. So here we have the configuration of the laboratory, and here on the left is the
real
data.
Measurement, data.
Real,
not simulated, real.
Right, okay. Can you explain why this looks completely different from this? What is the difference between what is going on here in the proof of concepts?
It is a signal processing procedure. There we are dealing with something let's call wide area. The Gran Sasso is big.
Wide array.
And the focusing procedure of the phonons are different. So we use something different that we can see very wide. I can say you the details, but the details are that there the focusing process is done to see, I want to see wider. Focus wider. And there we are observing the Gran Sasso because it's big, the Gran Sasso.
Okay.
It's big.
So what is the footprint again? So we said that when you were scanning the pyramids, you have a 5K by 5 kilometer footprint
Yes,
area of the
the
scan.
footprint
Yeah.
of potential tomographic lines. But
Okay.
if you want to scan
When you
the
did,
CAFRE, the tomographic line, you put it on the CAFRE.
sure, sure.
Okay.
When you scanned the Gran Sasso,
Yeah.
is it the same 5 kilometer
Sì,
by
the same.
5
The same.
kilometer?
The same.
So it's the same footprint.
Yes. Yes.
If the focusing technique
Yeah.
for this scan
Yeah.
produced this quality of an image,
Yes.
why are we using this
Yeah.
to image inside of the pyramid? Can you explain the
Well,
technical reason
yes.
why? Because I thought these were
not
Please,
inside the
give
pyramid, under
me-
the pyramid.
well, both,
Okay.
right? So this is a scan of what's inside of the
Sure.
pyramid,
Yeah,
Yeah.
got you.
and this is a completely different type of signature than what is shown here.
That's a good question.
Yes, because this
So there's a
is,
very big difference between these two things.
Yep.
So can you explain what the difference is between the process
yes.
and the
first thing-
end result?
The first thing is that this is black and white. Look. And the other one is another kind of colors. You see red and blue. Red and blue. So
Okay.
it is a different representation.
So again, we have here
This is
the
blue,
tunnel.
Look, blue, white.
Blue and
white,
white.
blue. Okay?
Okay.
And there you see is red and blue. In the case of the Gran Sasso, I used a different processing technique. It was like an experiment. Why here I am seeing it in a different color? Because here I attempt to do different a process of different tomographic lines, like that, because I wanted to mitigate the noise in the vertical direction of the tomographic line, like that. Ta, 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 ta. So to average pixel by pixel the noise, and we see that the results are very good.
Yes.
But I spent at least 2 months of processing time.
Okay.
Why didn't you do the same thing?
That's why it's not something that you can do it every day. Because I went to my friend and said, can I use your computers? Okay, yes, but I can't use his computer forever, no?
But it sounds like that's a superior technique.
Yeah.
So why
It's a
wouldn't
superior technique, yes.
so why wouldn't you use that on the most important
Because I
finding?
didn't have the computers. I am poor.
Oh no.
I,
Well, let's
I
get
have
you the
my
computer.
Instruments. I have my instruments. I have.
But you have to understand how
You-
to like random person in the audience, they're thinking like, Filippo, why didn't you use your friend's computer?
Yeah, because
With the better processing.
so for example,
Yeah.
this proof of concept
Yeah.
also wasn't presented in conjunction with the original paper either. So this is new from the Malta conference, which
Yeah.
was in 2024.
Yes.
This proof of concept is newer compared to their original scans in 2020. So to me, this is far more convincing than anything that we've seen
Yes.
thus far with the
Yes, because
original
there is,
scans.
There is the laboratory.
How much would it cost you to do the equivalent of this, but for the Khafra pyramid substructure?
My project in the future is to do it real time, Jesse. I want to do it real time.
So how much would that cost you?
I don't know. A lot.
Okay.
But I can't say you. I don't know.
But yeah, but
Millions. Let's say millions.
how much of the validation? I do think it's important because you're saying that the processing was slightly different
Yeah,
here versus. So when you're citing this as validation, how many of the other examples, like the Osiris shaft or other things, did you use this kind of more rapid, thinly sliced technique?
everything that you are
I have all
watching,
of them.
black and white.
Yeah, I have all of them.
Okay.
Right. So
Yes.
so again, from my perspective,
Yeah.
somebody who is super focused on discovering the true configuration of these structures,
Yeah.
why would we even publish the initial results if the capability existed to do something superior that could eliminate all of the background noise and confusion? So in your first paper, you made the statement, transparent like a crystal.
But yes.
Those images from the first paper are not transparent like
why?
a crystal.
I don't agree.
This
But
is
transparent.
this is transparent like a crystal. So why would we not
Vabbè,
use this
no,
is good? This is really
you want to
good.
use.
This is way better, Filippo.
Yes, I know.
And that's why this is like
I know.
super important. When I was watching this in Malta, I didn't want to get into too in depth of a conference. But when I was looking at this, I was like, this is actually something that very much resonates with me as being a very powerful technology. What you showed in the first paper, the differentiation between background noise
We
and
just
layover and
in the
everything
first
is
paper, it, the word says the first paper.
Yeah.
It was the initial of our research. So
sure.
going back in time, 6 or 7, we began 2 years before the paper. So
Right.
in 2018, nearly 10 years now, 8 years they are. So the software was the initial software.
Right.
Things we did, it resonates like a crystal because it is transparent with noise.
When was the last?
Okay,
When was?
an old crystal, let's say.
Okay,
It's
sure.
transparent like an old crystal.
Yeah, well,
What?
it's not a crystal, it's limestone, right?
Limestone.
Yeah, so limestone is not a crystal, but
No,
this,
but
the qualitative processed image of this is very much
yes, this one,
transparent like
this,
a
yes.
crystal.
Yes, this
I
one.
thought this was spectacular.
Yes.
And when you're presenting this data to an academic community
Mhm.
that is going to be extremely rigorously trying to tear this apart,
Sì.
the background noise, the layover, the inability to detect certain structures because of the tomographic line, I would scrap all of that and go with this.
No, this is very nice. I like it.
Well,
Because it,
let's get. I mean, seriously. I mean, this is gonna drive me insane. Let's
See, this is why I
let-
wanted to show you
well,
this.
let's get you crowdfunded the money so that you can get this level of quality on the actual copper
but
pyramid
also better.
substructure.
But also better.
What's that?
Also,
Oh, let's get you
also
better.
better.
Let's get you
Also
better. But even this would be because I do think there's an issue if you're like, all of the validation looks like that, and then your reading on the coffer pyramid looks like the way you say, and then it's like we're basically taking your word for it. Not all my soft signaling is like you're legit, but like that's me. I'm one person, and like I also would love for there to be like an energy grid under the pyramid. So I think we need this level on the actual coffer pyramid.
and we will, it, it will be done.
Uh-huh.
It will be done.
Okay, amazing. Soon?
Now, if we work in the right procedure, we will establish a foundation, and in Malta, there we will install the computers, and maybe we will do something better, also better than this.
And hopefully today I wanted to give you some feedback
Yes.
as a friend for ways that you can improve the presentation to the academic community. Because the questions that I have are the reasons that they have immediately rejected all of the data, because there's a lot of questions. But if you lead with this, there can be less objections to the data. This I thought was spectacular. When I saw this in Malta, this really caught my attention, and it bothered me that you went from this, which is transparent like a crystal. I think this is fantastic. The scan, the scan of this structure here, you can even see it here from far away.
Yeah.
You can see the the transverse tunnel, you can see the mountain, and you can see the inside of the laboratory.
I like
I Filippo, I love this.
Yes.
This is the best proof of concept that you have access to a technology that can scan inside structures.
Yes.
But then you go from this to this. And I was like, what is going on here? There's such a huge difference between quality A and quality B that it takes away from the credibility of this, and it's not an efficient proof of concept.
Yes, but, I know, I agree with your on what you are saying, but they are results. We can't say that are bad results.
So I would
They are
love to
results.
see,
Yeah.
do it with the new thing.
Because the
I would love to see
the
that.
new thing is so easy to read for a layperson that I do think it would just help your cause. And I'll defend you here and say the fact that unless you are fabricating that first image, if you're using SAR Doppler tomography, to Jeffrey's point, to reconstruct the Grand Sasso Laboratory in that image that we saw on the left,
Yeah, here.
that is a total proof of concept for the actual like technology.